everyone, it's Melissa Shank with you on Peaks Money Talk. And before we introduce you to the one and only Nathan and also to Lloyd, let me show you Nathan. Hey, Nathan. And Lloyd is here as well with us. Hey, Lloyd. We wanted to first off introduce you to the idea of what Peaks Money Talk is all about, because I wanted to preface this. We had pre-taped a lot of these shows and we were going to be airing them. And then all of a sudden COVID-19 happened and it put everybody in a bit of a loop, in a whirlspin there. And so we wanted to come together virtually, because you'll see that we're in the studio when we air these episodes. But we wanted to touch base with you first. And in terms of COVID-19, Nathan, maybe we'll start with you. In terms of COVID-19, what is happening with people's finances? What are people calling you about? Should we be doing anything different when we're thinking about investing right now?
Well, definitely with this whole COVID thing, as quick as it came, the markets probably reacted just as quick. So it put a lot of shock into a lot of people that were investing. And of course, the news makes things all that much worse. But there are ways that you can stay invested. Is probably one of the biggest ways to stay the course. We're in unprecedented times. This has happened before. Back in 2008, we had just as big of a crisis, if not bigger, with the financial crisis, but we overcame that. And I think as long as we can stay the course, things will look good. This will pass someday. We don't know when, but at that point, we'll figure things out. So.
And Lloyd, what are you thinking what are clients saying to you right now in terms of their finances? It looks like the markets are starting to level off. We're starting to make a slow comeback. Nathan prefaced that with talking about maybe you're using 2008 as sort of the benchmark of kind of where we're at right now.
I think one of the major things we have to do with our clients that we talk to is make sure that we reassure them. And they need to feel that you're looking after them and making sure that everything that you do is in the best interest of them down the road and right now, because we're in times when nobody knows what's really going on. So we really have to make them feel more comfortable about what's going on.
And Lloyd, you had said, we had talked, if you don't have your health, you don't have anything else, right? It doesn't matter how much money you have in your bank. So are people focused on their investments right now, or are we more focused on, staying healthy and well? What has the overall consensus been?
I think the overall consensus is they've been more interested about their health. The investments, yes, they want to keep up to date on it, but they're what's really going on? What's this virus doing? How is it affecting the economy? How is it affecting everything? They're more up on that than they are on what's their investments doing day to day.
So, and Nathan, are people thinking about investing differently, or is everyone kind of keeping things at a status quo where they've left them with you? That's the thing I always enjoy about having the two of you as financial advisors, is the fact that I can leave my money with you and you know what to do with it.
Well, I mean, things happen so quick that it was really hard to react to any of this at this point in time. But I think as long as they understand, staying the course of where they would like to be. I mean, yes, this is a big deal. But I think in the whole scheme of things, 20, 30 years, this little blip won't affect them. But although, I mean, there are people retiring in the next 5 years, but I think as long as we had stayed the course with them, with asset allocation, with how much bonds compared to how many equities they have in their portfolio. I think when times like this come, I think it's a good time to maybe reassess that and see if they are sitting, in a good spot where when times like this happen, which will happen again. That's how the markets work and the economy works, that they'll be ready for it. So I think as long as their asset allocation is suited for them and they feel comfortable, I think it's a good thing for them. So, and it creates lots of opportunity.
And Nathan, I think you've hit the nail on the head, is like assessing the situation and knowing where you're at. And part of knowing is maybe not necessarily knowing everything. So this is why you both, Nathan and Lloyd, created Peaks Money Talk. And over the next 8 weeks, you'll see as the shows unveil themselves, you will be talking about topics such as RRSPs and RESPs and GICs and all of those different terms that you may be familiar with or might not be familiar with. Lloyd, a question for you. Are you seeing that anybody is investing differently right now?
Not really. They've kind of followed along the path because the people that have been through it before understand that it will come back, be patient. So no, they haven't done a lot of different, and I haven't seen a lot of people swinging from equities to GICs and stuff like that. It's more, let's be patient. That's an important word to remember now.
So as part of the patience, as we wrap up, again, we just wanted to introduce you to Nathan and to Lloyd before we start Peaks Money Talk coming up over the next few weeks. Gentlemen, can you let people know what they can expect with these videos that are coming out? As we said, we're talking about different topics, and there are things that I know we covered that I was very unfamiliar with. You know, I might know about an RSP or an RESP, but I might not know about old age security, or I might not know about some of the other things that are unfolding. So who wants to start here? Nathan, do you want to give a little bit of a preamble as to what to expect over the next few weeks?
Yeah, I can, for sure. I think they're just more informative videos, just to kind of give you a glimpse of what is out there and how things are invested. Like I said, or like Melissa, you said, there's RESPs, RSPs, TFSAs, and there's all different ways of how you can invest within them. I like to use like a cookie jar. You know, an RSP or a tax-free savings account is the actual cookie jar, but there's lots of different types of cookies you can put in it. So, which are different types of investments. It's not all just conservative. It can be high risk if you can handle that. But there's all just different types of ways that you can invest inside all those different registrations.
So, and Nathan, you make a great point, and that's why we wanted to basically go through each of the different topic items and unveil to people and really explain what everything means. And this is why I love having the two of you as the guests on the show, because you basically are able to explain everything. And if people have questions, we want those questions because you two will both answer them as well. Lloyd, anything else you want to add before we go?
We did this segment of more as an educational for people, because investments are very complicated. Even though people say, well, it's just the return. There's so many side things that the government and everybody else has put into it with regards to restrictions and information to make it better for you to invest. So we're trying to make it you an intelligent investor.
Perfect. And I couldn't have said it better myself. So the whole goal here of Peaks Money Talk is to make you an intelligent investor. And if you have questions, you can either go to, let me put Nathan on the spotlight for a second. You go to Nathan, or you can go to Lloyd, and they are the gentlemen that can answer those questions for you. So thank you so much, gentlemen. And thank you for watching, and stay tuned. We'll have Peaks Money Talk coming up for you live from the studio over the next 8 weeks. Thanks, everyone.